Prova audio, prova audio, prova audio. Prova audio, prova audio, prova audio. Tanto aspetto. Prova audio, prova audio, prova audio. Tanto aspetto.
Prova audio, prova audio, prova audio. 2.
Prova audio, prova audio, prova audio. 2.
No, mi hanno fregato diva. Troppi tank. E che cazzo prendo? Mi hanno messo... devo prendere uno di questi. Vai. Questo è Cambogia? Sì, vaffanculo. No. Ah, io entro intanto. Conquistiamo la zona. Via, via, via. E vaffanculo. Mhm. Minchia, mi stanno facendo un attimino il culo.
La vostra incolumità è la mia prima preoccupazione.
A posto, cambiando giocatore, qua ci siamo fatti... A posto, è andato, ecco, sono arrivato, Ditemi grazie. Fanculo. Ma è poco andare là, Vaffanculo. Che cazzo. Fanculo.
Riavvio del sistema inizializzato.
C'hai Invisible. E va a cagare. Come va, tutto a posto?
Attivazione dati di combattimento.
Ma non ce la faremo mai. Ma porca la. A che ora giochi a... A che ora giochi a Heroes? Porca troda. Ok, torno indietro. Ah, cazzo, se ricordata che esiste. Ma va a cagare, mo. Allez. E vaffanculo. Torno indietro. Ah! Ah, sì, vai. Forse ce la famo.
Analisi delle prestazioni di combattimenti precedenti.
Dai, minchia, entrate dentro a quel coso. Mannaggia, ho distrutto il carro armato gigante. Ah, cagare, va. Fanculo.
Abbiamo altra scelta che attaccare. Il tempo sta scadendo.
Sono caduto giù. Ma vaffanculo. Ah, aspetta. Ah, non ho capito che... Aspetta, devo leggere quello che mi ha detto perché non ho letto. No, scusa. È uscito anche quello nuovo. De che? Dammi diva. Beh che anche quell'altro... No. Prendo risa.
La vostra incolumità è la mia prima preoccupazione. Vi serviva un dottore? Restando a portata della mia barriera, avrete maggiori probabilità di sopravvivenza. Suggerisco di trovare riparo dietro la mia barriera. Mettersi al sicuro dietro la barriera. Grazie.
E vaffanculo nello spiraglio. Ah, porca miseria.
Devo riunirmi alla squadra.
Sì, sono su Xbox One Invisible. Erika, my main is... Ciao, Erika. My main is Orisa. But we are lost. We are going to lost. Minchia, sono tutti morti. Vaffanculo. I'm from Italy, Erika. Italy. E che cazzo. Bene, sto bene. How are you? Fine? Stai bene?
Non sono pronta per essere disattivata.
Ok. Where are you from? Bravo, bravo, Ivinsball. Prenota la score. Prenota la 1X. Oh, California, good. Cia madonna.
Il mio generatore di suono è stato distrutto. Suggerisco di trovare riparo dietro la mia barriera.
California is the night now. It's midnight, I think. 1 o'clock of the morning. Quanto manca? Mamma mia, 2 minuti e 30. Speriamo. No, 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 no. No, no. Uff.
Stabilisco una postazione difensiva.
Chi cazzo è sta dietro? Rimortacci tua. Ma mori. Uff, uff, uff. Ora.
Mettersi assieme dietro la barriera. Grazie.
2 minutes.
Elevato attivato. Pronti a muoversi.
Minchia, manco arrivato. Sta qua, sta qua. Andata.
Suggerisco di trovare riparo dietro la mia barriera.
I think it's okay, eh? I think. Barriera. Da. No, ma non elimina... No, no! No, 20... Sì, grande, grande... Sì, cazzo, cazzo, cazzo... Mamma mia, penso che fosse finita. Mamma mia, brava! Questa è stata ottima. Tempo supplementare, grazie, gentilissimi. Come al solito. E vaffanculo. Mi si è torta la barriera. No, ma io mi sono rotto questi tempi supplementari però, eh. Cioè, mi ero proprio scassato le minigi. Che cazzo. Dai, 1-1, va. Uff. Poi in definitiva, il tenuto Orisa è stata una buona scelta. Stronzo. Ottima scelta. Vabbè, 4 minuti togliamo, andiamo a fare qualche altra cosa in arcade. No, prendo un po' di cassette.
Hello and welcome to Xbox Daily live at E3. It's day 3 of our comprehensive E3 coverage. Yesterday, the LA Convention Center was packed with gamers, devs, and industry insiders. And today, we're back with even more games, more breaking news, exclusives, and trailers. Hi, I'm Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson.
Ciao Larry, ciao.
On the mixer stage, our fellow Xbox insiders, the delightfully
Dai però, che palle.
Kate Yeager and Graham Boyd.
Deprived? What a cheek. That's spot on actually for me. So, on today's show,
Che bionda. E chi cazzo è questa?
we're going to be heading to ancient Egypt.
Tanto guardate la mia capa, intanto di guardare la bionda.
Fight crocodiles in Assassin's Creed Origins, and we'll get a closer look at Anthem when we go behind
Sì, mamma mia che palle.
Then we'll explore
Assassin's Creed, ho visto pure le statuette ormai.
Morrowind with the Elder Scrolls Online.
Le nuove statuette. Oh.
Talk all things Xbox.
Sarà un inverno molto costoso per me. Sì, c'è qualcuno che ci gioca almeno.
And of course, we want you
Dammi la mia diva,
to be part
grazie.
of the conversation. So if you're watching
No, in attesa di giocare, che cazzo mi fate entrare allora?
guests right there in
Fa
chat.
un culo.
And remember, by watching this
Yeah.
show at mixer.com/Xbox, you might qualify to win some excellent prizes.
That is right. We'll be giving away exclusive digital goods, and at 3:45 Pacific time, we're giving away 2 Samsung QLED 4K TVs. Okay? One to someone in Mixer chat, and one to a fan right here on the show floor. So make sure you're logged into your Mixer account, and it's linked to your Microsoft account to be eligible.
But first, before all of that, earlier today, Graham took us on a guided walk.
Ma questa è una nuova modalità?
The convention center was overrun with crazy crowds. Let's take a look.
Stop.
The E3 show floor is insanely
Ah merda, è vero, c'ho diva, cazzo.
like little tiny sardines.
Grazie.
That's why I wanted to
Ok.
take you on a little tour of the Xbox booth before the doors open. Stick with me, I've got you access here. So here we are, this is our booth, looks absolutely beautiful this year. Forza Motorsport 7 right at the front door. Look, you can see the awards that Forza Motorsport 7 is already
Via.
racking up. GameSpot Best of E3, IGN Best of E3, so congratulations to the Forza Motorsport 7 team. These sleds, by the way, are ridiculous. That is
Uno è morto già.
custom-built, fully hydraulic sled, full motion.
Ah, sta moneta non l'avevo mai fatta.
wheel as well, and a 75-inch ultra HD
Visto tante
4K
volte che ho giocato a sto
screen.
gioco,
So you really get the sense of the beauty of Forza
grande, ho ucciso uno. No, cazzo. Dov'è? Mannaggia la... Ma dove stanno gli altri però? Ok, non ci ho capito un cazzo. Ah, merda.
See what we've got in here. We'll have a rummage around. See if these eye patch. Check that out. Pretty good. And
Ma mi tolgo così tutti meglio? Proviamo.
last year as well at E3 and Gamescom. So there's new designs this year. What else? How about pick a card, any card? A Sea of Thieves pack of cards there. Pretty good, right? And some badges. Sea of Thieves badges. Hey, this is good. This looks like a game show. And best of all, an all-new and improved Sea of Thieves pin badge and a beautiful pirate gold. So I'm going to plunder that booty for myself. Alright, so Sea of Thieves here, as you can see, multiplayer, co-op gameplay. This is the all-new demo for E3 this year. And then once again, you can just hear the laughter and the fun coming from this part of the booth. People are having an absolute blast with this game. It's phenomenal. Alright, over here behind, we can see Halo Wars 2. Now, of course, we just announced the new expansion for Halo Wars 2.
Torna dentro, coglione.
Flood are back.
Aspetta che mi sa che fra poco ci ritroviamo dietro.
Right, follow me, because we're going to come over here, and I'm going to get you some very, very special exclusive access. This part of the booth isn't open to anyone. This is very VIP. So come on, keep it down, because there's lots of like important business stuff going on. So this is
Minchia, come ci stanno massacrando in questo round, perché?
We've got the Xbox One family over here. There is absolutely beautiful Xbox One X, the world's most powerful console, and unbelievably the smallest Xbox we have ever built. All
Ah,
power
cazzo.
into that one little
Sì.
box. But don't forget,
Sopravviverò?
they're still looking absolutely beautiful in that white there. Together they just look fantastic. I mean, that's
No, non sono sopravvissuto.
family. All right, and we'll come to
Ah, cazzo, sto a ammazzare coso. Ah,
and we're going to jump
fanculo.
into this room as well. So this is proper exclusive VIP access. These rooms, first of all, they're a lot cooler and quieter than it is out on the show floor. They're lovely and air conditioned.
Ma abbiamo perso.
Check this out. You can see the Xbox One X dev kit sitting there. These rooms are
Anche se non ho capito come mo adesso. Ah no, questa cosa ancora sì, sì, l'ho riutilizzo Orisa.
Xbox One X. You can see it's nice and plush in here, isn't it? I should have asked for this as my green room for the Daily Show. This is brilliant. Some of the exclusive E3 Xbox Design Lab controllers up there. So this is really where you come in and get that really good experience for Xbox One X. So there you go, seeing behind the scenes. Right, let's head back out here and get back onto the show floor. Thanks everyone. Some coffee there as well. Do you want a coffee? I'll get some on the way out if you want. Right, let's come around the corner here, because the next thing I want to show you is one of my personal favourites about E3. We announced it last year, which was great, but we've announced some improvements to Xbox Design Lab, and importantly, we've also announced it for new countries as well. So I'm from the UK, so I'm delighted to say that Xbox Design Lab is now available in the UK, also available in France and Germany, and of course US.
No, da dietro,
As well.
che
But not just
sfiga.
that. You know, we announced a bunch of new features as well. So new metallic finishes. If you come in close here, you can see some of these beautiful metallics on the D-pad and on the trigger buttons as well. Silver here, and nice blue color there. There's some new colors for the controllers as well. Oh, check out this gold. Look at that. That matched my new Sea of Thieves pin really nicely as well. Rubberized grips on the back. Let's see if we've got a rubberized grip on here.
Toh, c'è qualcuno che cura, finalmente.
I absolutely love those rubberized grips.
Grazie,
And as a almost dropped it. As an exclusive for E3, if you actually
Cura.
come here and design your own Xbox Design Lab controller here at E3, you can get this limited edition top plate there. So there's only 1,000 available. You can see that's actually number 26, and it's got that made E3 2017 message on there as well. So that's an amazing memento if you're here as a fan at E3 of your E3 experience. Oh, the team back there are watching me very carefully, so don't nick off with anything. Right, come on, let's wrap this up. You can see over here is our Xbox E3 Daily Show stage. We're having a ton of fun on there, and I hope you're enjoying it as well. So there you go, everyone. That is your VIP whistle stop tour of the Xbox.
Mamma mia, me l'ha messo in quel dito.
See you soon.
There's nothing quite as exciting as a team up between Mojang, makers of Minecraft, and Telltale, the studio behind the acclaimed Walking Dead games. Together, they've given birth to Minecraft Story Mode Season 2. And joining me to take a deeper look are Eric Sturpey, lead voice actress Kat Tabor, and head of communication.
Beh, prendo sempre Orisa, cioè.
I should have breathed.
Sono bravo comunque con questo personaggio.
Hi guys, how are you? I found you all together to like some kind of like giant transformer. No, we like it. It's very Minecraft.
Io però non ho capito che cazzo devo fare, quello è il problema. Cioè, l'ammazzo e poi...
Are you in final form though?
I think so, yeah.
Anche che non è molto...
It's true. I don't know if you saw all the Minecraft right behind us.
Yeah, we literally moved all of those around just for this.
You know, very kind of you. Very kind.
At all. So, how do you kind of find the line, obviously? between
Bravo, brava.
two kind
Io
of
mai visto una cosa del
obviously
genere. Cioè,
not
questi non hanno capito
such a
sta...
huge franchise and then kind of
sono morto prima però, non riuscivo a entrare indietro. Non hanno ben capito sto muro a che serve però,
Well, I mean, the thing that's so cool about it is the world
Mettono davanti un muro che
it's
poi mi
literally all
protegge,
about,
cioè sono scemi
creativity
proprio.
and kind of building everything from the ground up. And so when we started working with Mojang on creating Minecraft Story Mode, we had just so much freedom and so much opportunity to create.
Non lo
characters,
riescono
create all
a...
this kind of lore
Ho
and
visto
all this
molte
stuff.
persone che non lo sanno utilizzare sto muro di ghiaccio.
Amazingly well because it's just kind of this canvas to let us do whatever, and it's been so much fun working with them.
Yeah, and the whatever was kind of like, you know,
Che carino.
Minecraft is such a big part of so many people's lives, and obviously a very younger audience, and we're family-driven audiences, families that stay together, and, you know, we were going to tell a story that was really
E
about
questo che è?
friendship and, you know, survival and crafting and banding together with your buddies, like, we just look back to movies
Che è Minecraft, la nuova storia.
to a certain extent Ghostbusters and do things like really epic and like fighting big monsters like the Wither Storm in season 1. So to kind of tell a story that's kind of like going to be the Goonies for another generation was kind of like a big responsibility for us. So.
Yeah, I suppose like one of the things is with Minecraft, because you know it was so open. There are a million different YouTubers who've like gone in and created their own stories. So then how do you kind of find your own version of that? Then? I mean, aside from obviously like the influences.
Well, I mean,
because there are so many stories that people have already created.
yeah, I mean,
right?
and the community has
Perso completamente. Però io capire come cazzo mi piace sto... Fammelo fa, va. Carino, non l'ho mai fatta sta modalità. Chissà da quanto tempo è che non gioco a sto gioco. Beh, ok, 20 giorni, ma un mese. Stavo aspettando che mettessero la quinta stagione.
That's great. I mean, obviously Jesse and friends are back in this season. So does that mean like if you maybe didn't play the first one, do you really need to play the first season to go into the second, or could you just pick up straight away and
Yeah,
go?
no, I mean, I think it's an adventure that where the character, where we've got all these great characters, all this great story that I think you can jump right in. I think for fans who did love the first season, there's gonna be a lot more to love this new season. But I really do think people can jump right in if they want to.
So Kat, obviously.
Yes.
I've always, just between you and me, I've always really secretly wanted to voice a video game character. Is it as fun and awesome as I imagine it would be?
It really is as fun and awesome as you imagine that it would be. Basically, I go to work every day and I'm like, I'm so lucky, but
You're the star of Minecraft.
yes,
It's awesome.
yeah. Especially a project like this where you're working with people who really care about what we're putting out. We want it to be true to the Minecraft world and have great stories, and we work really hard to make the characters be things people can really, get behind, and especially Jessie and her friends when they're saving the world. And it's a lot of fun, and we have the most amazing cast that I'm working with too. Getting to play off of the other actors who have been recorded, it's a dream come true.
Were there any kind of fun stories you can share, like hilarious pranks in the booth, or I don't know, well, like, what goes on?
Well, I mean, the whole thing is we're laughing the whole time usually because it's Minecraft, but I don't know if we have hilarious pranks. I would say we do have so much fun because we have stuff recorded from other cast members that then we'll get to play, and we've done a couple of sessions together. We did that last year, last season for one. We're gonna try to do some more of that, so I'm sure there will be lots of hilarity ensuing there.
Yeah, I mean, and so the sort of thing that'll happen a lot too is like the voice actor community is so tight knit that there'll be times where we'll be recording and like Kat will know like, oh, like
I got drunk with that guy the other week. Yeah, hey Steven, how are you?
and and it'll be things where she's like, oh man, you need to play me like what did Fred do for this line?
Yeah.
Or like how did Yuri do this line? You gotta play it.
In season 1, we had a character named Ivor, played by Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman. We all, oh my goodness. Yeah, so he was a big part of season 1, just seeing all his
Allora, fammi un
outtakes.
attimino
He'll
una...
just deliver lines after lines and just like screwball, same line in like 5 different ways, and he'll just bring it and bring
He
it.
is crazy in the best possible
Yeah.
way.
I mean, I never really would have thought that he'd be particularly normal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, so obviously Minecraft is kind of a game for the whole family. Can you tell me a little bit about the implementation of crowdplay and kind of how that's going to affect it?
Yeah, do you want to take that one away?
Sorry, say again?
Crowd playing.
Crowdplay, yeah. So
crowdplay.
the thing with Telltale is, a couple years ago, Kat was there. We premiered Minecraft Story Mode at the Cinerama Dome in Hollywood. we had like 1,000 fans and parents and kids coming together, filling the seats and shouting at the screen, all deciding what to do in the story. That's something that we will do with our community, with our other series, and now we have this feature where a player can be playing on screen. We can be sitting around, if Eric is playing the game, we can load up our cell phones, and we can, as an audience, decide what the characters are saying and doing and the decisions that they're making.
Cool.
And taking that, into living rooms across the world, that's really cool. But the next step for that is really taking that to live streaming and broadcasting.
Yeah.
And, with Xbox, we're working with the Mixer team.
So this is kind of the new thing with Mixer. You can actually have more interactivity
we're
with
kind
streaming,
of one
right?
of the first developers to really kind of latch onto that, and it works so well with the Telltale experience because you can do this right now actually with Guardians of the Galaxy. It's another series we have right now on Xbox, and with Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, load it up, broadcast over Mixer.
Yeah.
You'll be controlling your character and moving them around set, but your audience can tune in via crowd play over Mixer, and the majority rules. So if 90% of the audience wants to give someone a high five, that's what happens in your story and on your stream. And it can be different every time you stream for your audience.
I love that. Plus, also, it absolves me of any responsibility for my actions, which I'm a super huge fan of. So, how many episodes are there going to be in Season 2? What can we expect?
Last season we had 5 episodes, ended up going another 3. We're just right now focusing on the first 5 episodes of this new season.
At least 5 more. At least 5. We'll say that.
You're like, yes, best job ever. Cool. Okay,
Prova 3, prova 3,
thank
prova
you
3.
so much, Kat, Eric, and Joe. Story Mode Season 2 returns in July. And now, yesterday, as was his sacred duty, I can't read that out loud. Of course it's not his sacred duty. Graham just really, really wanted to go across the convention centre to talk more about Forza. And this time he got to, touch and be near a Porsche, so win-win.
Hey everybody, I'm Graham Boyd, Xbox Live's AC Bongos, and I'm here in the lobby of the LA Convention Center at E3 with Dan Greenawalt, the creative director of the Forza franchise. You've brought a special toy with you this time as well, right? Tell us about this beast behind us.
That's right, it fits in my pocket. Yeah, we have a 6-year partnership with Porsche, and the vision of that is to create incredible in-person experiences and, of course, in-game experiences. So here at E3, all the fans of racing can come take a look at this amazing 919 that races at Le Mans. And, of course, we unveiled the 911 GT2 RS on stage. What a cool moment.
Incredible. So the 911 GT2 RS was an amazing moment on stage. Tell us about this monster behind us. What sets this car apart?
Well,
this is ci stiamo proprio mettendo male,
car. And so actually Le Mans, which will be running this weekend, the 85th annual Running Le Mans. I mean, this is the ultimate for sports cars, and this is the ultimate car running it. So they won last year. Porsche is an incredible spot to repeat this year. We'll see. Racing is racing. You never know what's going to happen. But this car will be racing at Le Mans, so awesome.
Tell us about your vision for what Forza Racing Championship is and will be in the future.
Well, Forza Racing Championship is an esports series, and for us, esports is about the future. We don't want to mirror traditional motorsport, though we love it. We want to get a new generation, Generation Z, millennials, people who grew up playing Minecraft, 2 thumbs on controller, thumbsticks. I mean, that's a generation we want to get into motorsport. To do so, we're going to have to rethink some of the old ideas of traditional motorsport. We have to embrace what makes digital racing so great. We can travel the world in 20 minutes, we can reset the cars, we can change the rules, we can build teams how we like. These are the sorts of things we'll be doing as we continue to iterate on the Forza Racing Championship. But the exciting news this weekend is Le Mans, and the Forza Racing Championship racers are going to be taking Le Mans this weekend. They're going to be on the stage, on the podium. Now, there have been racers on the podium before that are into esports in cars, Forza racers as well as others. But this is the first time that an esports class is an official class from the Le Mans governing body. They'll be on the stage getting official trophies from the ACO. This is an incredible blessing of what esports is to the future of motorsports.
So Dan, when can everyone at home play Forza Motorsport 7?
Forza Motorsport 7 ships October 3rd on all the Xbox family of devices, plus Windows 10 PC. And then, of course, November 7th, when the beast, the monster, ships, you're going to get a free update. So it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title, you buy it for your Xbox One.
Dunque, allora, da quello che ho capito, le scatole rimangono le stesse verdi con scritto
Dan,
Xbox
thank you so much. It's always a pleasure
sopra.
to talk to you.
Però
mostly
poi
because you
dopo
always
un
bring the
mese
best toys with you,
danno
so thank you for that.
aggiornamenti
Speak to you
gratis
soon.
per
There you
quelli
go,
che
that's
hanno
Forza
l'Xbox
Motorsport
One
7, the
X,
Forza Racing
in
Championship.
definitiva.
See you soon.
Ark Survival Evolved is moving
Per
out of
aumentarci
game
la
preview to
potenza.
officially launch on the Xbox One on August 8th, and it'll be making its way to
Dunque
the
bisogna
Xbox One
prevedere
X on November 7th. That means you'll be
un altro
getting
hard disk da
dinosaurs and
2
an
tera.
active volcano very, very soon. Joining me here to talk about it is community manager Cedric Burke. Nice to see you, Cedric.
Nice to see you as well.
Man, I gotta tell you, when I first played Ark Survival Evolved a couple years ago, it was this weird game where you like you felt an accomplishment because
Questa di ghiaccio gli ha fatto accedere a
It's
tutti.
still that same game.
Wow.
I can tell you that.
What are some of the new things that are coming to the full release?
So to the full release, if you played the game, you know how important poop is to the game.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add diarrhea. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
right,
Part
then.
of the end of the game, people can look forward to figuring out what the arc is.
Yeah.
You know, when you get on the game, you see these obelisks floating in the sky. You have this little thing in your arm.
And they've been there for a long time.
Yes, so you will finally realize how it all connects together, what the universe is. You're going to learn a lot about the arc, so I'm really excited for people to see that and finally connect all these elements together to figure out what they're doing there.
Now, one question I've been getting from the community, and I'm sure you've seen it, there's 2 different collector's editions.
Yes.
What is the difference and what's going on there?
So we have 2 different collector's editions. One is the
seguito quello
Explorer's
sbagliato.
edition, and that will get you the season pass. So we've already released 1 expansion, and that's Scorched Earth, and we're planning on releasing 2 more expansions. So one by the end of this year, and another one by the end of next year. So that's the Explorer's edition.
Okay.
And then we have the collector's edition. So in this edition, you're going to get a leather-bound, really nice book of all the dossiers of all the creatures that we released on the island. So you're talking about over 100 creatures in a very nice book. You're going to have a nice arc necklace, a nice map, and then on top of that, you're going to have a soundtrack to the game that's done by Garrett Coker. So I'm extremely...
Garrett, I didn't realize Garrett did. Now,
Yes.
For those of you that don't know, Garrett did, of course, Ori and the Blind Forest, among other things.
Yes, among other things.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get that soundtrack in our players' hands and really get to feel all those tangible items that they can have with them.
Can I make a request for a 3rd collector's edition?
What would that be?
The Pants
Sono
edition.
bravi. Guarda in squadra.
Hey, I want to talk to you about the Ragnarok map. That's been a huge fan favorite. Is it? We going to see it anytime soon?
Yes, absolutely. So right now on PC, you can go and download it. We're planning on releasing that July 4th on console. So really excited about that map. It's one of the largest that we've done for Ark, and it has a lot of dynamic features to it. So the modding content, or our sponsor mod program, allowed us to really get some really good content. So Ragnarok was one of the maps that we just saw and we were blown away just by the sheer amazement, all of the beautiful scenery, the size of it. So console players will get their hands on that July 4th, and I guarantee you there's a special thing about that map, and it's called a griffin.
All right.
There is a special creature called the griffin. You can only get on that map. It's been a huge thing online so far, so I can see players really going forward to get that.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the game and what you guys are doing for the beast known as Xbox One X.
Yes.
What can Xbox One X
The
owners
Beast.
later this year
The
expect
Beast.
from Ark?
Oh man, I think
Brock
so, you know,
Lesnar.
it's always
The Beast.
a common argument online about the PC master race versus console. I think for the first time, the PC master race is going to be in trouble because the Xbox One X is just, it's unbelievable. So I think with that power, we're able to do a lot more. So we're looking at getting 60 frames per second at 1080p resolution. It's the highest that we're going to be able to do so far. The PS4 Pro is arguably the best that we have right now. But with that, you're also going to get some of our more advanced features that you see on PC, like True Sky. You're going to see nice clouds going through there. You're going to see a lot of things that we could only do on PC, but now we can do it because of the Xbox One X and the sheer power that it has. So I'm really excited about that. And you're also going to get crossplay or play anywhere. So you can play on your console, you can play on your PC, and then you will have servers where you can also, you'll have those console players and PC players playing together. So
That's right.
it's going to be amazing.
Hey, we have a question from the community.
Absolutely.
All right, you can see it right here. What is your favorite wyvern?
What is the favorite wyvern? I would
What
say
is
that
it?
I would say the ice wyvern.
Okay, Ice.
Yes.
The Iceman. All right,
Yes.
Seth. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
I want you to say hello to Jesse and the rest of the gang over there because I love what you guys do with Ark. Thank you. Can't wait to see it. It's coming out August 8th for the Xbox One and November 7th for Xbox One X. And now we're doing something special. All episodes long,
che peccato.
we'll be showing off some of your fan favorite trailers of the E3 2017. And here is the first one.
tutti vivi. Good, good, good. No, non è vero, lui c'è no.
More is more, and I want more. More is better than less. It's math. That's why I like this Xbox Game Pass thing. You get 100 ways to get your game on any way you choose. I want more dudes with chainsaws chainsawing other dudes. More Slayer. And more ways to take you to school, son. Oh, give it to me.
Over 100 great games, endless play. Get Xbox Game Pass only on Xbox One.
Start your free 14-day trial now.
Oh, Danny. Earlier this year, Xbox announced Xbox Game Pass, a digital subscription service that has over 100 games that allows you endless play. You can try it out now with a 14-day free trial, and after that, it's just one low monthly price of $9.99. But the best part is that Game Pass allows you to download games directly to your console with no streaming, connectivity issues, nothing at all. I'm here with Dennis Jacarelli to find out more. Dennis, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. Thanks for having me, Larry.
My pleasure. Now, your team's responsible for Game Pass. It's been tremendously received, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. You know, we've been so excited to bring Game Pass to the customers, bring Game Pass to the fans, and bring, you know, more is better. Bring more to Game Pass, bring more to Xbox.
You know, there's been a question, because people understand the concept of, like, Netflix would pay, and they get all this stuff. But how are the games rotation going to work?
I'm really excited to be able to talk to that because I've definitely seen the message boards. I see questions. I see a lot of assumptions about, hey, when will games be coming? When will games be leaving the catalog? So first I want to talk about new games coming to the catalog.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about more is better, and that means always having something new to play. So on the first of every month, you're going to see at least 5 new games enter the Game Pass catalog every single month. Again, we're really trying to give a great mix of games across different ratings, different experiences, different genres. So no matter who you are, if you're a Game Pass member, every single month there's something new for you to play. I think the bigger thing is when games will leave. You know, we see a lot of questions and a lot of assumptions about when are these games going to leave the catalog. And while there's not one set amount of time that a game will be in the catalog, and some titles will leave the catalog eventually, I want to put some fears to rest because our first games won't be leaving the catalog until late November. And in reality, the vast majority of our games are going to be in there much, much longer than that. So you've got plenty of time to play through the great experiences that are in Game Pass, engage with DLC, just really enjoy that content. It's not leaving tomorrow.
Dennis, that's great news because I know a lot of people were concerned. I was reading on Reddit and some of the message boards, so I really appreciate you coming on and telling us about that. But for those folks that haven't had a chance to check out Game Pass, why do you think it's a great value for gamers?
So I'm a little bit biased. I don't think it's a great value for gamers. I think it's the best value in gaming right now, and I think there's 3 big reasons why. First is kind of what we call the Netflix effect, right? Like, I ask people, how many documentaries have you bought in the last year? And inevitably, most people say, well, I haven't. How many documentaries have you watched on Netflix?
A lot.
Right? A lot. And it's one of those things where, hey, you know what? There's no barrier to entry to checking this out, so why not check it out? And if I love it, I'll continue, and if I don't, I can bail on it. And Game Pass gives you an opportunity to do that. So not just seeking out new games in a genre you know you like, but seeking out new genres altogether. It's kind of like Ethiopian food. If you've never had it before, it's not that you like it or you don't like it, you've just never had it. And so when you think about what to have for dinner, maybe you consider Italian food or Chinese food or classic American fare, but not Ethiopian food until one day Major Nelson takes you out to lunch and says, hey, we're going to lunch and I'm buying and you have Ethiopian food, and you realize, wow, I really love Ethiopian food. Now, you may not buy it every night for dinner after that, but when a new Ethiopian restaurant opens, you know, it's not in one ear and out the other when somebody says, that's the best Ethiopian food I've ever had. Maybe you go to that restaurant and you, the gamer, you win because you have more customer choice and you have a better understanding of what you love. And so when you know what you love, you have a better opportunity to spend dollars on the things that will bring you a lot of value. And the industry wins because if you're a developer, you've got more people exposed to your games. You're engaging better, and your next franchise release is going to have more eyes on it. So really, Game Pass is a huge benefit to everybody in the industry. And then even those games that you know you love, those classics that you want to go revisit, take a stroll down memory lane, you can do that too. And again, that catalog is always growing, so the opportunity is there every month to jump into something new, jump into something that you love. It's just a tremendous value, and we're really excited about it.
Can you quickly tell us about some of the titles that are in Game Pass now?
Yeah. So, you know, we've got Halo 5, we've got NBA 2K16, we've got Saints Row 4, we've got some of those really big franchises that we know customers love. But we've also got a lot of games for you to discover, like Night Squad, one of my favorite ID games on the platform. Huge fan of Night Squad. You know, other games like Farming Simulator 15, you know, that's one of those games that we see, kind of that Netflix effect. A lot of people, well, geez, I've always wondered about Farming Simulator, but was never really, you know, wanting to throw that money out there and buy it, but they try it, and we've seen Farming Simulator jump up as one of the top 10 most played titles in Game Pass. So, you know, and hey, having played it, it's a really fun game. This is a great way to get exposed to new things that
Hello, Marley. Yeah, I'm playing
A lot of people sign up. I mean,
on
they can
Xbox
probably
One.
sign up on their console. They can actually do it on the web now, right?
That's right. So you can sign up on your console, really easy. You go to you get your home, and you go to the top and go over to store. And just below the fold, you'll find a channel that says Browse Xbox Game Pass. So if you hit that, that's going to take you into the Game Pass Lounge, where you can not only sign up for your free 14-day trial, but you can also see all the content that's in the catalog ready and waiting for you to play. And you can also do the same thing on Xbox.com/Game Pass.
I also want to point out that if you're a Game Pass subscriber and you have that farming simulator game that you really love and you want to buy it, you get a discount.
Yeah, you do. Any Xbox One game that is in Game Pass, you can buy and add to your permanent collection at 20% off. You can also buy
Thank you for gold.
Xbox One game at 10% off, but it doesn't just stop there.
I like this game.
For instance, in the month of July, our friends at 505 Games who just dropped the Most Wanted bundle for Payday 2 are offering 25% off every single Payday 2 add-on exclusive to Game Pass members in July. So, you know, you get that 10% off, but our partners are willing and ready to give you more, and we're really excited to bring more and more and more value to Game Pass members.
Dennis, thank you for your time. You heard it from Dennis himself. Game Pass is one of the greatest gaming buffets on the planet. All right, thank you, Dennis. All right, to start your free trial and to enter for a chance to win a free 2-year membership to Game Pass, just go to xbox.com/Game Pass. And now let's send things back to the main stage. Kate.
Hey, Larry! Thank you so much. Well, Microsoft announced they'd be showing some 4K love to a full slew of Xbox One games. And I've got Ken and Nicole here from Microsoft Studios that are going to tell us about a fighting game that is getting a fabulous new 4K upgrade. So, Ken, do not leave us in suspense any longer. Which game are we talking about?
That'd be Killer Instinct.
What are the odds?
That'd be Killer Instinct.
Exactly. Now, not only is they getting a 4K makeover,
No, fuck. Cazzo,
We also have a new character
l'avevo
we heard
ucciso,
announced
cazzo, l'avevo
That's
tell us
correct.
about it.
Now, we've been teasing Eagle for a while, and Eagle's actually an interesting backstory of during the original Killer Instinct, in one of the endings, there was this gravestone that said Eagle. It was Chief Thunder's brother. So some people speculated, well, maybe that's Spinal, or maybe they built him into Fulgore. Yeah, that's it. Eagle is inside Fulgore.
Fans had a frenzy, you might say.
That's correct. Now, our current team has done a really good job of layering more backstory onto it, but one of the things we really wanted to do was try and be more true to the character. Right? I mean, Chief Thunder was, shall we say, a 90s representation of a cool Native American character. But when we went to go build Eagle, even actually when we built Thunder for the new Killer Instinct, we worked with the Nez Perce to try and, hey, can we, let's actually be more true to what it means to be an American Indian fighter, right? Native Americans, they have pride, they have characters, they have, man, so we ended up with Eagle. And so before we go into that a little further, I think we should take a look at the trailer and let's see what we did with Eagle.
Absolutely. Take the trailer. Here we go.
And I prefer this of code. C'è un'altra serie? Me la daranno gratis l'ultima stagione.
American Spuyatin Britannia. Ipi Hahaswalawaya, Lahainik, Kawo Gamet Hiwazaya, Sapupal King.
Kawako out now, my talk so. Walk us now with key. Where this now?
Man alive. What is up? Okay, so talk to me a little bit more about this teaming up with the Nez Perce here. I mean, it was all over that trailer.
Yeah, so when we wanted to do some research about exactly what we should do with the character, so Adam Eisgreen, who was the creative director on the game, and Nicole made a trip to Idaho. So we brought Nicole here today to talk about how that went. I was busy. I was in a bunch of meetings. I should have been in Idaho for the win.
We missed you. I mean, we've been working on Eagle essentially for over a year. The first time we went to Idaho was last May to kind of talk about some stuff we were doing with Thunder, and when we were there, we're like, oh man, well, we should talk about Eagle. Everything you see around Eagle, the way he looks, the weapons, his voice, the music, every single thing has been influenced by the team over in the Nez Perce community. So shout outs to Tetlow, Josiah, Tony, their families, the high school in Lapwai. This really been a huge community effort to make this character, which is amazing. And so the stories, the things he says, his taunts with kind of the snake eyes, that is all authentic to the Nez Perce, kind of their culture, their stories, which goes back hundreds of years. Creation myths, the idea of Coyote. It really is quite an amazing and rich character.
Well, and talk us through the costume a little bit. That's changed, obviously.
Yeah, so we wanted to have a character that fit with the lore, but also that fit with the way that this character should be dressing. And again, this was a bunch of research. You saw some of the images that were just up on the screen about how they told us they thought the character should look. We also worked with them on, okay, here's the way a moveset for a fighting game works. And they came back with, well, okay, range, we have this bow. There's a Wyakin who's a spirit animal, is the eagle in this game. Wyakin looks like an eagle. The cool thing about the game is, I'm Jago. Nice to meet you. I like Jago. And so the character is sort of a zoner, anti-zoner. So he's got the ability to chuck out these arrows that both can go straight, they can be lobbed, you can send them as 3, but once they're shot, they're gone. So you have a move that will send your Wyakin out to pick up all the arrows and bring them back. Again, you saw that in the video. The other thing is this dive attack, which is an anti-up-close mix-up game that it's scary. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens over the summer as more and more people learn how to use this character. And, once and for always, we see our KI fans, even though we dig as deep as we can into the build when we're working on it, they'll figure out things that we haven't figured out yet. So in closing, I'd like to say thanks a lot for playing. Thanks for having us here today.
Yep.
Thanks a ton, Nicole, for going and making all this greatness happen. Killer Instinct E3.
We do want to say when it's out, though,
Oh,
right?
I was gonna say,
when it's out.
We've got a community question from, I guarantee, a KI fan. When is Eagle
going to be released? That's a good question. I would say June 27th. That's pretty soon, just in time for when I get back from E3.
Excellent. Well, and of course, Killer Instinct gets that 4K upgrade on Xbox One X when it launches
available on day one.
November 7th. Guys, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Excellent. And now it's time for another of your favorite E3 trailers. Check this out.
Follow me home, pretend you from somebody demand you. I feel numb. I feel numb in
to visit the home of the Dark Elves in the Elder Scrolls Online, and I don't blame you, I was just looking at brochures for it the other day. I've got great news for you. Morrowind is now available in ESO, and to tell us all about it, we're joined by game director Matt Fowler. How are you doing, Matt? Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, so Morrowind takes place about 700 years before the Elder Scrolls Morrowind. What more can you tell us about the story?
Yeah, well, you know, Morrowind is one of the most beloved areas in the Elder Scrolls Online. You know, in the Elder Scrolls, it was the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and what we did is we took the actual map of that game and put it into Elder Scrolls Online. So players who played that game will immediately feel right at home. Like, so all the great quests, great stories, all the cool alien creatures, and since it's a larger chapter, we also have a new class and a new PvP battleground mode. So, you know, Morrowind is such a great nostalgic area for the game.
Yeah.
But if you never played an Elder Scrolls game before, it's just really cool.
It must be great for working with ESO to be able to bring all those iconic kind of Elder Scrolls moments together again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we do. You know, we're set about 700 years before all the other Elder Scrolls games, and we have access to the whole continent of Tamriel, and over time we're bringing more and more iconic areas to the game.
And what do you hear from the fans about that? I mean, they must love exploring these areas, especially before the adventures that they
the nostalgia is very strong with Morrowind, and so people who go there remember when they first played, you know, their first you know, Elder Scrolls console game, which was Elder Scrolls 3.
Fantastic. And talking about the community, it is a big old community. You've just surpassed 10 million players online. Congratulations.
Yes, we're absolutely amazed. You know, we never take our community for granted. We have a really strong group of people. We take their feedback seriously, and they love what we're doing. So we're adding new users to the game all the time, and we're doing really well right now. And Morrowind is kind of our presentation to them to come in and play. If you hadn't played before, we have a new tutorial. It's a great time to jump in for the first time.
Yeah, that's interesting, because that's what I was just about to ask. You know, with such a huge, big community, can sometimes be a little bit daunting, right, for new players. So
well, we actually made a bunch of changes to the game over the last year to remove kind of the impact of leveling to the game.
Right.
So, which means that you can group with anyone no matter what level you are, and you can go and explore the world at whatever pace you want, wherever you want to go. Which means it's always a good time to come into the game. And with the launch of Morrowind, we added a new tutorial, new stories, so you can experience Morrowind for the first time along with veteran players. So it's a perfect time to jump in.
Great, good time to get into ESO. Tell us about the new Warden class.
Yeah, well, first new class we've added to the game since we launched. It's that Ranger Druid archetype that players love from other fantasy games. We've never had that archetype in the game, so it was a great way to come in and add that nature-based magic. And of course, his iconic friend is his bear. So he has a bear pet that helps him, his ally, and he's just a really good overall, great jack of all trades class that if you've never played an online game like this before, jump in, and he'll with the bear protecting you, it's actually a lot of fun just to get in and jump in and play.
Sounds great. I wish my iconic best friend was a bear. Sounds phenomenal. So there's also a new PvP mode. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. When we launched ESO, and we still have a very strong open world PvP in Cyrodiil, where you can join hundreds of other players in siege castles, and it's awesome. But with Morrowind, we introduced a more focused 20-minute balanced PvP system. So it's 4 versus 4 versus 4. You know there's never going to be a group of 50 enemies running over the hill to take you out. It's structured much more in a small battleground, so we have game modes like Capture the Flag with scoreboards, and it's a much more jump in, have fun for a short period of time, and jump out type of PvP.
Excellent. So, but that's not all that's new for ESO. This week you've also announced 2 new DLC game packs.
Yeah, we roll out new content about once a quarter.
Yeah.
So Morrowind launched about 2 weeks ago. And now we just announced Horns of the Reach, which is coming in August, which is a dungeon DLC. So 2 dungeons, both of which take place in Skyrim, with great stories and new loot and lots of cool stuff. And we're doing things like some quality of life fixes. So for colorblind players, they can change the colors of different effects so they can see things. We always try to put in some quality of life stuff that comes with the game for free. So the DLC is, of course, available for purchase or for ESO Plus. And then in the fourth quarter, we have Clockwork City, which is a much bigger DLC, which has 10 hours of content in its main story alone, and a new mini trial for higher level, you know, for more hardcore group play, and it just never stops.
Good. ESO just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, but I mean, people love what we're doing, so we do a lot of it.
Excellent. Right, 2 last questions. We talked about new players coming into ESO. What would be your one piece of advice for a new player who's going to start the game today?
Go in and just have fun. Don't worry what other players are doing. Just go enjoy the stories. I say this all the time. You can ask 5 different Elder Scrolls players what they think of the game, and they will describe a different game. Right. So just jump in, find your what you like to do in this giant virtual world. You know, if you like to craft and sell stuff to your friends, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you like to quest and do great stories and meet interesting NPCs like you would in any other Elder Scrolls, that's fine too. If you want to PvP, great.
Good.
You know, so lots of stuff to do. Take it at your own pace.
I love it. You know what? Great advice for life.
Exactly.
Matt, you're changing lives here.
Virtual worlds, real worlds.
It's all the same, isn't it? Will be soon. The flip side of that, if you're a very experienced ESO player, what's the one thing you should try out with these new DLCs?
Yeah, well, with Morrowind, it's go have fun in Morrowind because it's very big. It's very nostalgic. Lots of great storylines, political intrigue, assassins. Lots of really cool Elder Scrolls lore buried in there.
Excellent. Matt, thank you so much for your time.
My
really
pleasure.
Appreciate you coming
Anytime.
on. All right, and now let's send things over to Kate, who's in search of, wait for it, some pirate booty.
Now, I'm not in search of it, Graham. I found it. One of the biggest highlights of last year's E3 was a merry band of swashbuckling pirate musicians. And thank goodness the Skullduggers are back. I'm here with Latham. Latham, how's your E3 been so far?
It has been fantastic. If I had to rate it out of 10 rum bottles, I would say 10. Solid 10.
A 10 out of 10 rum bottles. I get that. Now, you've also had a chance to play Sea of Thieves. How many rum bottles would you give that?
I would give that 100 rum bottles out of 10.
Okay, excellent. Now, you guys have actually been around this game and around experiences like this one at E3 all year long. What's it been like?
It's been wild and energetic, and there's been a lot of... fortunately, we haven't had too many fistfights among each other, but, you know, when you play the game, you start to... You're like, yeah, let's shoot each other. And so it's been a lot of fun.
Now, have you had plenty of citrus today?
Yes, so no scurvy. Fortunately, I'm not... me bones aren't bending.
The question everyone is dying to know, I am sure, will the band be making an appearance in the game?
Kate, I'd love to tell you, you'll have to check out the game in order to find out. I'm just saying.
Did I just get like a pirate tease there?
Yes, a pirate tease. That's absolutely correct, Kate.
We're going for viewers here, Latham. Well, thank you guys. These are the Skullduggers serenading us with a sea shanty or two, getting us in the mood to play a little Sea of Thieves. Well, and now we'll send things over to Julia, who's about to get totally barbaric.
Sorry, that was really funny. Thanks, Kate. The buzz and viral videos surrounding open world survival game Conan Exiles are truly something to behold. But there's so much more to Conan than just swords and, I don't know, loincloths. VP of Marketing Erling Ellington is here to tell us a little bit more. How are you doing, Erling?
Doing well, thank you. Yeah, it's exciting E3.
It is. It's quite. Look at all these people. There's loads of them.
Yeah.
So of course, Conan Exiles has gained kind of popularity since its release on PC. But you know, for those of you, for those out there that don't know it.
So Conan Exile is an open world sandbox multiplayer game set in the world of Conan Barbarian, which of course everybody know about. So it's a gritty, realistic, but still fantastical universe that you get to explore. And you basically have to survive in this, harsh climate. You have to survive sandstorms and creature attacks, and then you also have to build. You have to build a home, a shelter, an entire city, and you have to play against other players, basically.
So, I mean, how do you exactly survive in the game? Is it through building these cities and this thing? What's the gameplay experience like? What am I going to be doing?
So, you basically start out where you...
is it like Minecraft? You just turn up and you're like, oh god, what do I do? I'm just going to hide in a wall.
Well, I mean, when you first start out, it is pretty, what do I do? You start out in the desert, sun is shining, and you're low on food and water, and you have to go out and find water, find food. Then you have to learn how to craft different things. You know, put on clothes, craft simple tools and weapons. You need to, you know, mine rocks, and you have to take that rock and you have to make a sword, for instance.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know, you build. Eventually, you build a home that can work as a shelter, and then you build eventually an empire.
They're quite fancy homes, aren't they? Look at that, it's lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do anything, and that's the cool thing. I mean, our players on PC, they have made the most amazing things. You wouldn't, you wouldn't imagine. Yeah.
Okay. And there's also like a player versus player mode. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Player versus player.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at its heart.
Lovely. Look at that. I would live there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Well, that's the thing. The game has something for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, you can go out there and you can do PvP. You can fight other players. You can focus on that part of the game, or you can build, you know, the stuff that you see here. Just build these grand palaces and put whatever you want in them, and role play and do whatever you want, you know.
Is it sad that I'd get really excited about just, you know, organising a house and moving tables around? It's a bit sad, isn't it?
Not at all. I don't think so at all.
Yeah, but tell us a little bit, expand a bit more on the player versus player. So, what are some of the modes? How does it work?
Sure, yeah. So at its heart, the game is about playing with other players.
Yeah.
You can play on a multiplayer server if you want to. You can play single player too. And if you play on a multiplayer server, you can play with up to 40 other players. You can team up with and cooperate with building something. You can build a beautiful house you just saw.
Or be really annoying. Can you be really annoying?
You can do that if you want to.
It's an important part.
There are people who do that. And you can, as you see here, you know, you can go to war with other players. And you can bring siege weapons, and you can bring down their walls, you know, all in this realistic, beautiful physics, you know, everything crumbling, and...
I don't know if I like that. What if I've spent like 4 hours reorganising my tables and then someone comes and destroys it? I'd be really upset.
Then you might want to play on a PvE server.
Yeah.
So you don't have other players coming and doing that.
So you guys have got some quite big news. It's that you're releasing an expansion. Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we revealed that today. We are doing what we call a free expansion update.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is an early access game. It's a game preview game. So the expansion is part of the original purchase that you do.
Okay. We like free things.
What was that?
We like free things.
Yes.
Yes,
good.
they're the best kind.
Tons of that. And then basically the expansion brings the game from the desert into the north, where there's an entirely different environment. Bit chilly, and there is actually a temperature system. So you have to keep warm, or you have to build a home that retains the warmth for you as well, for instance. So it's a completely different look for Conan Exiles. You know, going from the desert, going to the snow. It's an entirely different experience. We're introducing a weather system, dynamic weather system, so we can like start raining, drizzling, and then it turns into a thunderstorm, and you have to put on clothing to stay warm, and you know, it's survival.
I know. I don't know. You know what? For me, coming from the UK, I am naturally drawn to any games that have sunshine because we are bereft of vitamin D. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I really want to go to the north. I think I'll stay where it's a bit sunnier.
It is up to you. If you go north, you probably won't have much sun.
I won't have much fun. So, I mean, obviously, one of these things, can you tell us a bit more about, we've been showing kind of some of the footage from here. I mean, what kind of can some of the console users expect specifically? Is there any kind of difference?
No, it is very much the same game, and that is important to us. We want the game to be the same on PC as on Xbox. So from August 16th, players will be able to play the game in game preview on Xbox. And we are actually releasing the expansion on Xbox and PC at the same time, same day as the the same day as the game launches on Xbox. So both PC players and Xbox players can experience the new content, right away at the same time.
Yeah, I don't like it when they stagger releases. It always seems a bit annoying. So good on you for doing that. Thank you so much for chatting to us, Ellie. Thank you. And now it's time for the next entry on our list of your favorite E3 trailers. Let's take a look.
What would you do if the world you knew was gone? All the comforts, the simple pleasures you took for granted. How would you protect yourself and the ones you loved? When protectors can't even save themselves.
No, no, fanculo.
Last truck, get in.
How will you decide who belongs?
Thanks. I owe you.
How will you choose a place to call home? How will you build it? Work together to defend it. From the terror just outside the walls. When you get hungry, cold, what risks will you take? What mistakes will you make? And the only family you've got is about to tear itself apart. Will you end a life? Or save it?
Please.
This is our only one, but we need everybody we've got. When you get in too deep and realize no one gets a second chance.
How will you find the strength to carry on? In this world of the living and the dead, how will you survive?
Ciao RPG Zephyr, come stai? Tutto a posto? Ma non streami più.
My favorite Xbox moment was getting Halo 4 after waiting so long after Halo 3 for a continuation of that story. Master Chief is my favorite character in gaming, or in all of fiction really. I have all the books, all that, so to see 343 Industries really grow that character and give him more of a personality that we hadn't really seen before was really special to me. So I love that.
Thank you, Rob. The dystopian sci-fi action RPG, The Surge, is clubbing robots right now on the Xbox One. And here to tell me all about it is Tim Schwag. Tim, nice to see you.
Hi, Larry. Nice having for me.
Well, let's talk about. Let's start off right off the top. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, okay. The Surge is a hardcore action RPG title. So it's a set in a dystopian near future setting where you really have to survive in a very hostile environment. It's playing in a factory which is trying to save the world, and lots of crazy robots trying to kill you all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we can see a little bit of it right now on the screen. I mean, you're in this factory.
Guarda che
you got quite some weapons here. I mean, look at the loadout, right?
Exactly. The specialty here is that you are playing a character wearing a
con stream.io vai online
put a lot of stuff onto it. You know, you can see the weapons and gears.
No, perché non lo
the
vedi,
special thing
perché
about
io
this
sto
game is
facendo una
you really can
live da 4
take all the gear of the other enemies by just chopping it off.
Now, what I'd like to ask you about, you know, so is this a fighting game? Is it an RPG, or is it a combination of the two?
Yeah, it's like an action RPG title, so
c'hai anche le
it's really
chat
a strong
tutte messe
focus
insieme,
on
come vedi
close
dalla mia
combat
live.
melee fighting.
Okay.
So it's a really tactical one. It's a really fast pace also. So you really have to be very careful in progressing and how you try to defeat your enemies. You really have to be really watchful in this.
Tell us about, I mean, we're seeing a lot of combat moves. So how does your combat system work?
Yes, the combat system is kind of...
Non mi senti?
Then you know a bit more or less the whole kind of approach, but the special idea of the Surge is that you have a limb targeting special feature where you can really target separate limbs of your enemies.
Yep.
And really try
mo mi senti?
to things off as you can, and then you can chop it off.
Ho alzato, abbassato i volumi. Sì, ti stavo dicendo che adesso con restream.io puoi andare live Ah, grazie. Puoi andare live su tutti e due i canali. Io in questo momento sto andando live su 4 canali, su Mixer, YouTube, Twitch e Periscope.
There's a lot of tools which tries to enable and enhance the kind of human characters, human workers there. So drones, you know, normally helping the guys and working stuff, but in this kind of setting where a lot of things goes wrong.
Però peccato che t'ho visto solo quella volta là. Sarà passato ormai già 2 o 3 settimane che t'ho visto l'ultima live che hai fatto, un mese fa anche.
And this can make you tougher, you know, make you stronger, and make you, you know, give you some certain kind of abilities. And this also you can
Non te becco mai.
your enemies in a very spectacular ways.
Tell me a little bit about the lore of the game, the universe that you fabricated as a backdrop.
Yeah, this was really a lot of fun doing that. It's a kind of near future thing.
Ok.
Really, looked about today trends and technologies.
Allora stavo dormendo. Perché io mi sembra l'ultima volta che l'ho visto era tardi la sera. Molto tardi.
And it is real. In our game.
Ok.
I think so, yes. And we really took a lot of these kind of ideas and projected into the future, and really wanted to show that this can.
Allora, che ti è piaciuto delle 3? Non mi dissonni, te prego. Evita. Ah, ok, vabbè, ma normale, ma anch'io, Io ieri stavo lavorando, ieri mattina lavoravo. Oppure il sabato e domenica streamo solo dopo le 9 perché ho 12 ore di lavoro. Che cazzo è sto gioco che stanno a far vedere?
But we really wanted to stop the player from playing. So if he wants to take care of the lore and stuff, he can. But mostly is very busy.
Nintendo, beh sì, bello.
This is a boss battle right here.
This is a boss battle, yes. Yeah. This is a robot normally doing something else.
The Surge non l'ho visto.
But in our kind of special situation, he's trying to kill you.
Right, I mean that's which he looks like he's done right there.
Yes, this probably happened quite often, yes.
Tim, thank you for your
Sì, Nintendo, guarda, bellissimo. Però sai, Nintendo deve avere una riconferma su Mario. Purtroppo. Perché l'altro ieri l'ho visto, ma boh, mi è sembrato un po' gradato. Che quando lo giocavano direttamente sulla Switch. Mi sembra strano. Lo devo capire meglio.
So we've got all kinds of stuff. We've got lighting, directional lighting on everything. We've got shadows. We've We've got some new water. We've got HDR support. That gets everything. We've got more stuff too. Edge highlighting. Indicators on all the blocks and terrain. Yep.
No, no, io non me la so dimenticata. Anzi, ci sto a fare pure una bella. Ci sto facendo anche una bella pensata all'Xbox One X. Molto bella.
That'll give you a good clue of what platforms that will be on. We haven't released all of the platforms yet, but most of the ones that are the better together.
That was my next question, and you already answered it.
Ahead of things.
He's a pro. Here's one for you. When can we anticipate a release?
It is a,
stavo pensando per sto PC, ma non lo so.
Codenames are fun.
Perché devo farmi anche il PC nuovo, ma penso che continuerò solo su console ormai. Mi sono sconcentrato, aiuto. Mi hanno fatto un male tremendo. Ho fatto proprio una cagata. Grazie per il follow. Ricambierò. Perché non mi ricordo se ho messo su YouTube. Mi sa di no. Solo su Twitch te vedo. Ah, così vedo un attimino che fai su YouTube, va? Beh, comunque sì, c'hai ragione, perché guarda, io ogni volta che ormai faccio live su YouTube, dopo un po' mi arrivano 80 email di copyright. Una rottura di palle ogni volta per cancellarle tutte.
I'll be honest with you, it's been relatively simple. You know, it's a relatively known architecture because we do a lot of our work PC-based. So it wasn't too hard to get it up and running. We were surprised.
Boh, qua sto a fare una cagata, ma non è possibile che questa partita non riesco a giocarmela bene. No, via. Mamma mia.
Yeah, so we've had Madden up and running early, FIFA. Obviously Anthem, our new IP from Bioware, run. You know, what you're gonna see is you know, was captured on Xbox One X. So those are the three ones.
Mamma mia.
Battlefield 1.
Sì, c'hai ragione. Ti do perfettamente ragione. Ah, t'ho detto che... Allora, sì, bravo. T'ho detto che faccio live anche su Periscope. E mi hanno bannato. Io ho fatto la... Vabbè, ho fatto l'E3 comunque io. Durante le mie dirette ho fatto l'E3. Certe volte ci sono stati invitati. Cioè, con... che cazzo, madonna mia. Vabbè, mo sto a parlare con te, vabbè, non fa niente. Allora, dunque, per l'EA ho avuto un collega amico di lavoro che abbiamo parlato su sta conferenza. Poi invece ho fatto Ubisoft, che Ubisoft l'ho fatta con mio figlio. E il giorno dopo me la sono trovata bannata da Periscope, proprio cancellata. L'unico ban che mi hanno fatto su Periscope. Non lo so. Anche perché tanto non mi hanno spedito nulla come email o qualcosa. Comunque andrà meglio per la Gamescom. L'E3 era soltanto un esercizio. Alla Gamescom uguale farò tutte le dirette delle conferenze, però comunque stavolta sarò molto più bravo, sarò molto più esercitato nella questione. Anche perché sono dovuto passare a OBS, dunque pure io. Se no non mi funziona una mazza.
Sacrifice fidelity, and you know, because it's a technical problem. But I challenged them and said, let's think about this in a way where we don't sacrifice fidelity.
Ah, ecco, io questo è il gioco che aspetto, Anthem.
As you would in a
Mamma mia,
but in an open world.
che giocone. Mi ha fatto ricredere su Destiny 2, guarda. Mamma mia questo.
But you know, with some smart investment in technology, some smart design, and an incredible art team.
Bellissimo sto gioco.
And I can firmly say that I haven't seen any open world game that looks as this ever, which is kind of what we wanted.
Hang in there. Almost there.
So it's been exciting, tough. I'm happy that we can finally show it to the world, and it's a game that I hope it's an important game for BioWare.
Ma te che la nuova Xbox è potentissima. Questa per me l'hanno fatta vedere su Xbox One X sto gioco. Non faranno nessun downgrade. Questo è il gioco. Se al massimo faranno un downgrade su PS4 Pro, PC quelli medio bassi, Xbox One S soprattutto e PS4. Non credo che questo gioco non cioè io penso che questo gioco sia forse come Mass Effect, che uscirà solo su Xbox One X e PC. Però ancora non hanno detto nulla, non lo so, vediamo se cioè di potenza per me può uscire solo là, perché se no dove vai? E che cazzo, mi hanno fregato. Perché mi fregate cose? Mannaggia, però aspetta. Aspetta un attimo. Ma allora si scemo. Ok, io vado. No, raga, decidetevi un attimo chi volete, perché non mi state facendo capire un cazzo. Speriamo bene.
Right, let's talk about Project Cars 2. We've seen the latest trailer. Looks absolutely phenomenal, particularly running in 4K resolution. That's absolutely great. Can you tell us about the development of the game? You know, the thing that we were talking about earlier was that you've actually got some real racing talent helping you with the development of the game. Is that right?
Well, even if you look back at Project Cars 1, we had about 3 racing drivers who were full-time members of the development.
Dai, via. Mamma mia, non so che cazzo ho fatto qua. Aiuto. Merda, come ne donna? Sì, aspetta. Non famo cagate. Qua abbiamo vinto. C'è solo sto stronzo. A posto.
Actually, with the younger generation of racing drivers, they all drive at home as well. It's much more effective to drive at home than how to go and rent a racetrack. It's cheaper. Definitely. Yeah. Another program that we've been doing is getting the factories who we license the cars from to provide tests and race drivers for us. So an example of that is when we started working with Porsche, we asked them to give us one of their factory drivers to come and test the cars in the game. Right. So it's more than just the cars looking right, they have to drive perfectly as well. So who better to do that than the people that race the cars and test the production cars.
So you can legitimately claim that Project Cars 2 is developed by drivers. And
absolutely, right? Yeah.
Phenomenal. What kind of feedback are they giving you, and how do you actually take that feedback and work it into the game?
Yeah. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, so some of the race drivers that we work with used to be gamers. Some of them come from the same background as we were.
Ciao.
One of them is my mentor, Tommy Milner. He's like 2-time world champion. And we know him from back in the day when he was one of the gamers with us as young kids.
Che cazzo sta qua? Voglio vincere. Madonna.
Very much in contact with his group and gamers. And we work very closely with him. And he gives us a sort of detailed feedback that only somebody understands.
Chi è rimasto? Ho vinto. Grande.
Until Tommy is happy with his car feeling in the simulator exactly like the real one does. So yeah, it's a total
L'ultimo.
Yes. That's the best thing. They'll get in their
No,
car,
quello
they
è
say, this is
preso.
nothing like my car.
No, ne abbiamo due. Ne abbiamo pure tre. Che cazzo, madonna mia.
Faster than I would in my real car. Or when it rains, this is wrong. This car doesn't feel like
per me la perdemo.
Always getting feedback like that. We look on the
Per
video
me
now, we
perdemo
see
qua.
the McLaren 720S. We have the actual driver who
Uscire
developed the
dall'altro.
handling for that car, and the actual Pirelli tire engineer who built the tires for that car. They worked on the in-game physics and handling of that car. So this is the level that we're getting to now.
Excellent. Was that, there was a road track a second ago that looked like it was in Scotland?
Yes,
Was that
Scotland.
Was it?
Bannockbrae.
Where, sorry?
Bannockbrae.
Oh, very
That's
good.
the name of the track.
Fantastic. Project Cars 2, 10 out of 10. Oh, well done, Jet. That's great. That's fascinating that you got that real tangible feedback from drivers, from the, you know, the cars that they're actually racing. Let's talk about those cars. Like, what's the variety of cars and vehicles you've got in the game? Well,
No, merda, da dietro.
Although we do have some road
Questa sì, l'ho persa per forza. Già avevo visto da prima che era persa questa.
So we have some of the top international race cars that you see today. We have the Indy cars coming in. We've got the full Indy car license, all the teams and drivers. You can have your own Indianapolis 500 if you want.
Non si
And
mette,
then we
la prendo
have,
male.
a new class that we're doing is Rallycross. So that's mixed racing, dirt, tarmac, flying over jumps, smashing into each other. And some of these are 600 horsepower, very lightweight monsters that you drive sideways in the corners. We had to learn a lot about what this type of racing is and get those young racing drivers involved with us, telling us how these cars should handle. And then we've also gone and recreated some of the classic eras of racing. Classic eras of sports cars going back to the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 90s. So when you look at Project Cars 1, we had a lot of very famous iconic race cars, but they might be by themselves. So we're saying that we want
No.
now. So if you have context, right? Yes. So you want to have 5, 7 different types of machines that would have raced back in the day. The other thing that we're really proud of is the multi-class racing.
Yeah, so multi-class racing is something that we started off in our first franchise, and now multi-class racing is something we support.
No, no,
And what this is
niente, non riesco a ammazzare nessuno.
multiple different types of car classes. As a quick example, if you were
Non ho vinto loro.
GT3, GT4, and LMP1 karting, and you choose to then race in GT3 where you're in the middle of the pack, performance-wise, you'd be racing, you'd be ranked based on the class in which you're racing. So even though you may finish the race overall in 7th, you may be first in your class and you still get points based on that. And you find the other cars on the track, some of them may be slow moving to games, other ones are fast speeding out, you've got to get out of the way, and you can team up with people online and play team-based matches like that as well.
It's so much fun if you're driving a powerful GT car, and then you've got these little Renault Clios and you're dicing between the cars. This is incredible. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And actually, like build up some sort of community game modes as well, right? You can, so yes, you can have your multi-class racing, but in that kind of example that you've just said, community's going to have a ton of fun with that. Yeah? Brilliant. Right, what is Live Track 3.0? Let's talk about that.
So, when you do a racing simulator, really anything like that, specifically when you do a racing simulator, there are two major areas that you need to simulate.
Qua me l'ha messo in quel dì anche a me.
The other one that you need to simulate as accurately is the environment, because it plays such a massive role in how you experience the car itself, the environment in which you race. Now, LiveTrack, our technology in-house that we've been working on for more than a decade, is the technology that deals with how the environment simulation affects the track on which you drive. In our latest iteration, which is now at LiveTrack 3, we've done major iterations and minor iterations. On LiveTrack 3, we now take it to a whole new level where we have physics-based simulation of things like rain. So our rainfall is accurately simulated in, like we measure how much water is falling from the sky. We simulate the surface properties, so you can have water fall on ground and it will absorb the water, but it will eventually saturate you, and if it's on a slope facing the track, the water will start running down and pool up on the racetrack, and all of
Oh dai, voglio avere un'altra cassa, mannaggia a voi.
If you drive through it, your tires will dissipate the water if it stops raining, based on what time of the year it is, because we also simulate seasons. The track temperature may be different and water will vaporize at a different rate, evaporate at a different rate than what it would at another time of the year. So in addition to things like that, it gives us persistence between sessions, so you can be out qualifying, doing a bunch of laps, laying down rubber, you go over to the race session, and all of that is still there. And it all just brings it all together, making it so much more of an authentic experience than what we or anybody else out there has done before.
Right. So a lot of the racing drivers that we work with, they tell us that whenever they're competing, they're always thinking about the conditions. Whether the track is cold and they have to heat their tires up, whether the track is really hot and they have to put hard tires on so the tires don't melt.
Yeah.
Whether it's about to rain and they have to think about all these things. And we want to bring that experience to gaming. So you're not just driving around the same thing over and over and over again. You're really having to think about what is happening here. Did a car pull some dirt onto the track because it went off? Is there a puddle there? Is there a dry line forming, and I can start racing harder now because it's no longer wet? And this is the level that we're dealing with now. It's really recreating the mindset of a racing driver.
E vaffanculo.
And it makes the experience fully organic, which is a big deal. It's not scripted, preset, just always the same thing. It's an organic experience.
You're blowing my mind as you talk about all this stuff, because there's something very unique about the way this game is being developed, right? So it looks gorgeous, there's so much coming together, but tell everyone the story of how this game is developed.
So we're a relatively small development studio. Like Mac Studios, we've been going for a good while, but we've been small and focused. We have an interesting structure. We're a distributed development system that we use. We started the company off as people from all over the world, and we've maintained that. So we have people working from all over the world in all sorts of walks of life, and all of these people contribute to the simulations that we make. It is very beneficial
infatti.
in areas because, for example, you may have people living close to
Speravo che fossero forti, per quello che ho preso Anzo. Perché se già prendo i due che già so utilizzare meglio, poi è un casino poi. Invece col cazzo fanno schifo sti qua. Sto capito un'altra volta con schifosi.
Now develop Project Cars, the original one, Project Cars 1 as a new franchise. They were unknown, just put it out there. Our target, maybe we thought or people thought we were biting off more than we can chew, was to just set a new benchmark and based on the reviews.
Via, scappa giù, scappa giù. Ok, qua, tirate qua. Ah, peccato. Sono forti. Sono forti.
Our Christmas parties are pretty funny because no one really knows each other very well. You have to wear name tags.
I love it. Very good.
We don't meet in real life very often, but it allows us to have a global footprint. It's also quite an attractive company to work for because we got a lot of veterans who've been through the system of game development for sometimes decades, and they're really done with crunching on video games and living under their desks. They want to live on a farm and make babies, but they have all of this skill. That's not me, by the way. I live in a hotel room. But they still have all this skill and so much to contribute, and it's a very new way of working. You see it more now with people working in a distributed way, but we were quite ahead of the curve when we started this.
Fascinating stuff,
you live on a beach, don't you? You go surfing?
Yes, I do actually. So life routine is first thing in the morning, quick bodyboarding.
Maybe let me know if there's any vacancies. Might give that a thought. It looks fantastic, Jeff. Thank you so much for bringing it in. Rod, Stephen, I appreciate your time. And now it's time for another one of your favorite trailers from E3 2017.
Vabbè. Mamma mia, sto a mettere sconfitte su sconfitte in questo momento. Mamma mia, santa. Cambiamo modalità, è meglio, va? Ah, questo è pure un altro gioco un po' strano.
I should say it's Frank West, but I really like Cortana from Halo series. It's AI, but I see in her more humanity than in somebody else from Halo franchise.
Maybe showing off the games of the future, but that doesn't mean that there isn't room for some of the classics as well. Joining me now to talk about the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 is Tim Turi. Tim, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
It's quite fun, isn't it? Look at everyone's enjoying the floor.
There are a lot of video games here at E3.
There are
as it turns out,
There are a lot. A little bit of competition, but I think you'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. So, okay, like we know, obviously, it's the Mega Man Collection 7 through 10. Is that right?
Yeah, 7 through 10. So, a couple years ago, we did Mega Man Legacy Collection, which was a collection of Mega Man 1 through 6, the 8-bit classics.
So many.
There are a lot of Mega Man games. So this is a follow-up to those. It's a cool collection. It's essentially chronicles the evolution, the later evolution, and the retro revolution of the franchise. So.
Okay, so what can you kind of tell us about the kind of stage, like remix?
Madonna mia, Mega Man.
So that's an awesome question. In addition to it being a collection of all the core games, 7, 8, 9, and 10, just as you remember them, it's more than just a collection. There are extra challenges, so even if you've played these games into the dirt and you know them like the back of your hand, there are stage remixes. So, you know, you'll start playing Slash Man stage from Mega Man 7, and then suddenly you're in Cloud Man stage, and so you have to kind of adapt on the fly. There's a time trial element, so there's online leaderboards in order to compare against your friends. Boss rush mode, you can take on all the sub-bosses, just burn through all of them in order to practice your game. So there's something here for people, even the hardcore fans who have beaten these games tons and tons of times. So
yeah, it looks. Obviously, this is kind of the old versions, but
dai.
Can we explore in the museum mode? What's the museum mode all about?
So in addition to the extra challenges, there's a Mega Man museum. So
Allora,
awesome,
andiamo
these
quest'altra.
games,
Forse te lo meglio.
Legacy, they've been around since, you know, these ones specifically within this collection, the mid-90s. Starting with the 16-bit consoles, and there's a wealth of concept art, storyboard designs, abandoned character sketches. You know, for example, there's Hornet Man from Mega Man 9. He originally started as Honey Woman. Like it was a female. Yeah, right.
That's my game attack.
It's great. It's a great one. I think it's available. But so there's just all these little nuggets. So I've been following Mega Man since I was just a wee lad.
So this is before all this kind of kicked off, before you were even born, right?
Yeah, you know what? I just squeaked in, but I was about 2 years old when the franchise started. But I was I mean, like in the 80s when this stuff started, it was like watching an interactive cartoon. It was just like the colors, and especially 7 and 8 as it goes into 32-bit era. It's just like living cartoons. And 8 also has like animated sequences, cartoon sequences, cutting the story together with some pretty hilarious voice acting as well.
We do love hilarious voice acting. Can you tell us a little bit about the challenge mode?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, in addition to on Mega Man 9 and 10, we installed the challenge modes and then the museum mode. We have a remix challenge mode, but also all the DLC, the downloadable content for Mega Man 9 and 10. So even though Mega Man 9 and 10 came out within the last decade, they look and play like classic.
No, cazzo, lo sta ammazzando, puttana Eva.
And extra playable characters, you can play as Proto Man,
Ma no.
Scarf, base who can shoot in multiple directions. So these extra playable characters are included in the game as well. They have their own challenge modes specific to those characters.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about the game reducing the options for these collections? Because I imagine, like, your desk is just, like, full of, like, mad notes of, like, because there's just so much and you've got to pick through it all, right?
Yeah. So, on top of that, like, these games started in the 80s when video games could be very, very challenging, and we wanted you know, we want the core experience to be there for people who loved it, but there's some people who are like, man, this Mega Man franchise is pretty cool. I hear awesome things.
Yeah.
I don't know where to jump on, and they might be a little overwhelmed because, you know, there's spikes.
Video games are quite like some are quite easy nowadays,
They
and I don't think people really understand how difficult it was in the game.
Where it came from, you know, these Mega Man games, I think can be really, really brutal. One-hit kills. So there's a save checkpoint system, so you can it kind of takes some of the hard edges off if you want a little bit of help, and there's also an option to reduce damage, like extra armor kind of. So Mega Man can take a few more hits before he explodes.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that because you know I do like the fact that I can just hide behind a wall and suddenly everything regenerates and everything's cool again. And we actually
Rimani, aspetta, mannaggia a te.
so does this Mega Man game have the same feel as the old game? Kind of cover that a little bit, so it does have the difficulty. But
Che cagata, che cagata, che cagata.
should you not be so good?
So it's, you know, if people have been playing these games, the classic series, like the 8-bit franchise, they took all the elements that made those games great and carried it forward. So it's still about running and jumping through colorful levels, taking on robot masters, taking their abilities, and using that ability to take on other robot masters, like almost a rock paper scissors element. But the series really did evolve. You know, there's a charge ability. He can slide. His robot companion dog Rush can turn into power armor for him, so he could Super Mega Man and fly around. So they all represent something a little bit different in the franchise's history, but it's a really cool collection that is basically a snapshot at different.
Ma che minchia sto facendo? Oh 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 oh.
Kind of worked on this game. What would you say personally are, you have, like you say, you know, you look through kind of all the old concept art, you know, you dig like deep into the lore, like you obviously know it inside and out. What's personally some of your kind of favourite bits, like things that you found, or things that you've changed, like what are you most proud of?
You know, personally, speaking for the development team in Japan, I think the remix stages and the museum is a really great way to celebrate. You know, the games stand well on their own, but I get a sense of pride in
Ci stanno facendo le scatole.
remixing them together so that you know, just a different way to celebrate these, and the museum is just such a fantastic way to really take a look at this beautiful concept art, these polished final art files, the storyboards that tell the original story of like these characters that came to mean a lot.
Sono partito su una roba di...
But it's just a very well done, faithful collection of these like absolute classics, and especially something like Mega Man 8, which came out you know, in the mid-90s. And I think that people should revisit it. You know, I played it back in the day. I thought it was fun, but coming back to it now, and I've just had a blast revisiting these. It's an awesome gameplay experience that absolutely holds up. It can be challenging, but I hope that people watching are up to the challenge.
Is it kind of amazing when you get fans who've been there right from the beginning, playing this now?
No!
It's really, that's the worry, that you don't want to alienate them, obviously. Is that kind of the best part of the job, you know, meeting the fans? Because it's a
It's great because I'm one of them. You know, I've been ever since, you know, I was you know, like a 3-year-old in a basement. Like my cousins had to pull a controller out of my hands because I was just like wanting to play more Mega Man. And now it's like on this side, just being able to celebrate the franchise.
Sto per tutte.
That I just grew up loving, and you know, sometimes cursing at frustration. But there's this beautiful thing about Mega Man where it's just like, that was really hard. I'm really bummed out I got killed, but I can do it
now.
Yeah, you can do it. You know, there's this motivation. The music's amazing. I'm a big nerd for video game music, and Mega Man has some of the best. And so it's always fun to celebrate with fans that, whether they're newcomers or have been along since the beginning.
Well, look, thank you so much. It looks absolutely spectacular.
Yeah,
so congrats on
thank
that.
you so much. Yeah, it's going to be out on August 8th for Xbox One.
Fantastic. Well, and now let's take a look at the newest expansion to Battlefield 1.
Finto.
Changing the game in 3 big ways. The first, we've been changing our monthly updates when updating the game. So that's how we're going to be introducing the 2 new night maps that we talked about. We've also are taking players to the Eastern Front. And that's going to be a big thing. That's the largest front in the World War I. And so that's kind of, for us, that's another revolution that we're seeing here. We've been playing on the Western Front, now we're moving to the East. We're we're doing some big gameplay changes. So we're going to be making a richer progression system, and we're going to be making a deeper operations experience. So you talked about maps. Nivelle Nights. Yeah, Nivelle Nights. That's correct. That's coming in June. That's coming later this month. So Nivelle Nights is our first night map, and it's amazing. It's going to take place on French soil, and you're going to have trench warfare. This is what our players been asking for. We want trenches, but we had to do it the DICE way. You know, when you think about trenches, you think, well, it's going to be kind of boring. You're hanging out in trenches, and then you're kind of waiting for people to storm. Not this way. We created a no man's land between two sets of trenches, lots of cover, lots of things to do, and this is the first of the night map. I think the big thing for us is that we do this for the community, and we want people to enjoy the experience. That's the whole point of it. We love the Battlefield moments, and we do really want to see more of them. And the stuff that people pull off, I didn't think was actually possible. It's incredible, and that's the kind of stuff. That's what makes us keep going. I would be doing my job if I didn't ask. If I heard you use it, I believe I heard the word competitive used with Battlefield. I know you can't say my over there, but why don't you tell us?
Ma mo chi cazzo prendo?
We are really excited about the competitive environment. We'll have a lot more to say in Gamescom. But for now, what I can say is we've been listening to the community, we've been partnering with our community and with the players to make the best experience possible. And we know what you're asking for, and I believe we're going to deliver.
Oh, rats. No, really, rats. Lots and lots of rats in the new game, A Plague Tale: Innocence. And joining me now to tell us more is David Vasobo. David, I'm really excited to talk about this game, right? A Plague Tale: Innocence. It's not quite the cheery subject that maybe we've had from some of our other games, but tell me some of the influences you had for A Plague Tale: Innocence.
Actually, there were several, even outside of the video game. One of the key things was the tale we all know when we were kids. Ansel and Gretel, the pipe, Master One. All these things.
Ma cazzo, ma se tutte non è da solo.
Kids, but pretty greedy and sad.
Yeah.
And it's really part of the DNA. Another thing in the movie world was a Ghibli movie about the graveyard.
Oh, minchia, vittoria finalmente, oh, una.
And the very special relationship they have. It's a great source of inspiration for us. And in terms of video game, there is
sì, Grit.
And I love The Last Guardian.
Chiaramente.
So what kind of, like, if you could sum up the feel you're going for in this game, like how, in a couple of words, what's the kind of atmosphere you want to get across?
It's really about this friction between those two kids and their innocence.
Una e c'ho un'altra cassa, va, da aprire.
Together, as kids, and how we put them in the very crude and hard context of the Middle Age in France. So it's really this friction between those two aspects, which was really the initial seed of the project.
All right, we can hear from your amazing accent that you're of course French. The game is set in Plague era France. Why did you pick France, and what was the kind of the significance behind that?
Yes.
Sì, vediamo, speriamo.
It was a perfect fit to make those characters shine into it because of the. Yeah, it was crude, it was violent. It was not violent on purpose, it was just the world was like that, and we wanted the game to be authentic and grounded.
Right.
So that's the reason why it was a perfect fit.
God, I wasn't wrong, there is a lot of rats in here. Ooh.
Yeah, there's rats.
A little bit. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, and obviously as we are French, we are full of reference we know, and we, on a daily basis, we can see Middle Age architecture.
Beautiful,
so it was culturally something we were close to, and happy to work on.
Is that a matter of pride as well? I mean, do you feel proud to be building a game in France about French history?
I would not say this. We are just inspired, I would say.
Ci
It's
siamo.
close to our roots, so it's just the way we
No, loro stanno di là.
love it. That has drive the concept. Yes.
Excellent. How historically accurate? How historically accurate?
We work a lot on this. We even talk to historians in order to see how we can adjust some aspects and be sure that we don't lie.
Chi cazzo è?
But it's not an historical game. It's
Fa
not
culo, vieni qua.
telling people how the world was, but more trying to keep it as real as
Dai.
But yes, for example, the weapon, the boots, and the way they build, all those things and the architecture.
Uno giù.
We try to be as close as possible to the real world and real story.
Okay, using darkness and light is a real part of the game. Tell us more about that.
Basically, I would summarize by saying that Hugo and Amicia will play against Inquisition in one side and Rats on the other side. And that they will most of the time use Inquisition against Rats and Rats against the Inquisition.
Okay.
And that the light and shadow gameplay,
Fanculo.
basically the light repulses the Rats.
Ok, uno è andata.
But when you have a light, Inquisition will see you much more easily. And when you don't have light,
Seconda coldiva. No, ma l'ho fottuta.
better prey for the Rats. So it's basically where the user will have, the player will have to manage his path.
Okay, so we've talked about the rats a lot, but the rats are really, they're kind of your
Okay,
weapon in this game, right? Is that fair?
It's both a threat and
Un
a
attimo.
weapon. It's how we play with it. We want them to be scary and impressive, but at the same time, you feel so powerful when you use them against the Inquisition.
All right, fantastic. Well, I'm getting all shivery thinking about rats all the time. David, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck with the game, okay?
Thank you very much.
Ciao bello. È caduto giù. Vai così. Ok, mi sta riparando. Ma... Porca troia. Cazzo è, ma puttana. Via, me ne vado. No, ma hanno fottuto. Bastardi, bastardi, bastardi. No, non ho visto chi cacchio aveva mandato giù. Però non ha mandato giù me, è sicuro.
Matrice difensiva attivata. Ora sì che ragioniamo.
Fanculo, in culo, via, scappa. Qua sono morto proprio un cretino. Che siamo rimasti in due? Cazzo, cazzo, cazzo. No. Cash. Niente.
And you just saw the trailer for Battle, right? And now I'm here with Tobias Johansson from Sunlock Studios. Thank you so much for being here, and you're going to tell us all about it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course.
Really exciting to be here. My first E3.
This is your first E3, of course. Well, welcome to the madness.
C'è un Bastion.
Let's talk about Battle, right? Though it's not a traditional MOBA, is it?
No, I mean, as we call it Team Arena Brawler, or TAB for short. So the game is like, it takes a lot of inspiration from different type of MOBAs, but we want to distinguish ourselves because it's not a MOBA. We have a lot of elements from like WoW Arena and a lot of like fighting game also.
Bello.
Quick reaction type of counterplay.
Sì, ma se vi spostate dal cazzo non vedo
The
niente.
game mode is 3 versus 3 or 2 versus 2, and it's best of 5, and it's just a deathmatch. So it's like nothing else we're about.
Vaffanculo.
Yeah,
Che cazzo.
and the big thing is that
Vabbè, hanno vinto loro, va. Fanculo. Va, questa è l'ultima partita, il mobile, va. Fanculo. Si tornerà oggi pomeriggio. Ma va a cagare.
And you can also miss anything. So yeah, it's a really skillful game.
So add some difficulty level to that there, Tobias.
Yeah, it's a big range of different.
Un'altra persa. Mannaggia. Sì, azione migliore a Barata 105. Li ho uccisi tutti io.
That was 7 years ago, so we sort of wanted to do something that was, you know, everything better and try to take the best parts, but at the same time do something new. So that's why it's a new game.
Niente, manca una cassa. Vabbè. Signori, grazie mille di aver seguito. Grazie RPG Zafir. Alla prossima. Ciao ciao. E vabbè, tanto torno più tardi. Ciao.